What are the 5 reasons that you are failing to attract clients? We're about to get into it. If you are returning to my channel, welcome back. It means so much to me that you continue to come back and watch these videos. Thank you for being here. If you are new here, welcome. So glad you're here. My name is Cera Beyer. I'm a certified life and business coach. I help heart-centered service providers, creatives, and spiritual practitioners break out of the overworking, under-earning trap and stop trading time for money by building scalable, profitable, soul-aligned businesses. So if that feels like a full body fuck yes for you, oh, we cuss on this channel, sorry. If you are a full body F yes to this, make sure you smash that subscribe button below so that you never miss a video. I'm giving all kinds of juicy gems about growing a heart-centered business on this channel. You can also take my quiz. There's a link below called What's Your Dominant Element in Entrepreneurship? It's going to let you know if you're an earth, air, fire, water, or spirit dominant entrepreneur. And there's a video that goes with it that breaks down what that means for you. So make sure that you take that quiz as well. And if you do, come back and let me know your results. I would love to hear them. All right, so let's get into the top 5 things that are going on if you are failing to attract clients. So number 1, you're not being clear enough about who you are or what you do. This one might seem like a duh, but it is so common, especially for my multi-hyphenate entrepreneurs who are like, oh, I do lots of things for lots of people. I could do this, I could do that. I can work with this kind of person. I can work with that kind of person. We need to be really clear all the time about who we are and what we do. What do we help people with? What's the problem we solve? So if you're not able to say in a pretty short sentence who you are and what you do, you might not be attracting clients, mostly because they're just opting out, right? Like mentally, they're scrolling by. And what happens is we're all just consuming so much information all the time. I want you to think of how you are when you're on your phone, you're scrolling. We just see so much stuff all the time. The stuff that we pause on that perks up our ears, that makes us go, wait a minute, and back up and watch an Instagram ad while we're watching stories. It's stuff that appeals to who we are, where we feel like, oh, you're talking to me, right? You've seen all these ads where they're like, hey, small business owner, are you like, hey, gym owner, hey, dog parent, right? Whatever it is, like, hey, single mom entrepreneurs, they're so specific because they want you to be able to immediately go, oh, that's me. I'm identifying, that's who I am. That's something I'm interested in. Now, you don't have to talk to every facet of your audience in every piece of content that you make. You might have a couple of different audiences that you talk to. For instance, I am also a life coach. So on this channel, I'm talking a lot about business stuff. But when I'm doing my life coaching marketing, I don't talk about business. I talk about things related to boundaries and relationships and the other areas that I work with people on in a different channel. So it makes it really easy for the right customer to perk up their ears and go, oh, that's me. You're talking directly to me. You're a person who understands the problem that I have or what I'm looking for, and I'm interested in hearing more about what you do. So that is thing number 1. I see it all the time. People will tell me, I'm not getting sales. I'm not getting clients. They send me their Instagram. I go look. I can't figure out who the person is or what they do, or even if it's a business page, it's all, selfies and pictures of food, and there's not a statement in the bio on the Instagram that lets me know what the person does. I can't figure it out. Your average scroller is going to give you about 0.2 seconds of their time before they just move on. And it's not malicious. We're just taking in so much information that we have to be incredibly clear with people very quickly to make them opt in and say, okay, tell me more. So thing number 1, you're not being clear enough about who you are or what you do. Number 2, you're coming with wishy-washy energy. So if you feel insecure about your business, you're not entirely sure you can help people, you feel a little weird about selling, you feel a little uneasy about your prices, you feel like this is one that I've uncovered with people before where they think that the thing that they're struggling with is feeling, nervous about, maybe I'm not good enough. They think they have imposter syndrome, but what we actually uncover when we start working together is that they struggle with boundaries, and they're worried that if a bunch of people signed up to work with them, they wouldn't be able to set appropriate boundaries with people, and that they would overwork themselves and they would burn themselves out. So they kind of want to repel people from signing up because they're a little bit worried they couldn't handle if more people signed up. Sidebar, if that sounds like you, I have a very short masterclass. It's not short, it's 3 hours, but it's called Boundaries for Business Owners, and that will really, really help you. So if you need that, just comment boundaries in the chat and I'll DM it to you and make sure that you get that, because that is something that you can heal really quickly and it's a big game changer. So for whatever reason, whether it's that you have poor boundaries, you feel insecure, you have a little bit of imposter syndrome going on, you're uncomfortable with pricing, you're uncomfortable with selling, there's something that makes you hesitant. And so you might be posting, but you're kind of showing up with wishy-washy energy, or you're planning launches and you're doing like half the launch, but then when you don't get sales right out the gate on the first day, you ghost your launches. You are saying, hey, comment for more information, but then if somebody comments, you're not following up. You are sending out posts and emails that don't have a clear call to action. There's like a come here, go away situation happening where you're having wishy-washy energy with people and they can feel it. And even if you're kind of doing everything right, you're putting out posts that have a clear call to action, you're sending out emails, you're inviting sales, but underneath your energetics are repellent to sales. You actually don't want them for some reason, for any of the reasons I listed or a number of others. Maybe your business isn't what you want anymore. Maybe you've been attracting the wrong kind of client and you've worked with them in the past, but you just don't like working with that kind of client. So you kind of don't want them. There's an energetic component and people can just feel it. You know what it's like. We all know what it's like. If you are the plus one at a dinner or a party or a gathering and you walk in and you can tell people are like, why are they here? Just me? Has anyone else had that? You walk up to the dinner and people are like, And you're like, well, you said I could come. And they're like, right. But they didn't really want you there. Weird energy. We can feel it. No one has to say anything to us. We are all incredibly perceptive. We're picking up on vibe. We're picking up on energy. We know what it feels like to walk into a room and have people be like, oh, why are you here? Or I didn't know that you were coming, or I didn't know that you were invited, or we were just talking about you. We all know what that feels like. We are all incredibly sensitive to energetics. We know what it's like when someone says, yeah, you can come, but they don't actually want us to come and they're hoping we'll say no. We know what it's like when our friend hits us up and they're like, did you still want to have dinner today? And you're like, you're hoping I'm going to cancel because you want to stay home if you have introvert friends, right? We can just feel it. And so this isn't it is a woo-woo thing, but it's also very much practical. We all can feel when the vibes are off. And so even if you think people can't, they can. If you're coming with wishy-washy energy, you are repelling sales. And you've got to get clear on, why is my energy not aligned with what I'm saying I want? Maybe I don't actually want what I think I want. Maybe my insecurities are holding me back. You got to clean that up. The internal has to match the external, as above, so below. So number 3, you're not asking for the sale. This one is so simple, but often overlooked. I was talking with a business owner a while back who was saying in the comments on Instagram, it was a man, he was like, I don't understand what's going on. I'm doing all the things I'm supposed to do. I'm posting all the time. I get really good engagement, but I'm not making any sales. And I went and looked at his page and I couldn't see a single post where he asked for the sale. No calls to action, no direct sales posts, no posts where he broke down what his program was. I just couldn't find anything where he was straight up saying, here's what I have for you, go buy it. No, if you want this, comment and I'll DM it to you. No, click the link in my bio. He just wasn't asking for the sale. And his target market was women. And I could just tell from the vibe of his page, he felt a little bit uncomfortable telling women what to do, which is like, I get it. And thank you. And I'm glad that you're sensitive in that way. But also, if you are a person whose target audience is women, you've got to just straight up ask for the sale. There are ways to do that without being pushy, but you do need to be direct. And so I said, I noticed that I don't see any direct sales posts. Do you feel uncomfortable telling someone what to do directly in a call to action? And is it because you're nervous that you're selling to women and you might think that you're being like dominating or overbearing? And he was like, yes, that's exactly what's happening. And I was like, you got to just ask for the sale. You can say, like, if you permission marketing, right? If you want more information, comment this word, and then they've given you permission. There are lots of things you can do, but we need posts where you're breaking down, here's what it is that I'm offering, here's how much it costs, here's how you can access it. Start asking for the sale. He made that change, and within a very short period of time messaged me to say that he had just passed the 6-figure mark in business. That was literally all that was missing. He just wasn't asking for the sale. So the fourth thing is that you don't have a good funnel. Now, I don't want to get into anything overly complicated, but a funnel is quite simply the process we take people on to go from stranger to customer. Most people, the first time they see us and encounter us, they're not buying something that first day, right? Especially not something long-term or high ticket if you offer packages. So if I just meet someone on the street, I'm not walking up to them and saying, do you want to marry me? Or if I do, they're going to be like, probably not. Like, we want to start with, what's your name? If there's a little chat, we might go into what's your Instagram or what's your phone number, depending on your age, or your level of comfort. So the next step would be that contact information. Then we might move into chatting. If the chatting goes well, we might move into let's hang out. If the hanging out goes well, we might move into hanging out regularly. If that goes well, we might move into a relationship, right? Like, there are all of these stages of intimacy that we're building. You can think of that as a funnel. The funnel is the process of building intimacy before commitment. And so we want to have a clear, easy way for people to get from finding us on our marketing channels, whether that's social media, YouTube, LinkedIn, wherever it is that they find us. How do they go from finding us to getting on our email list? That's usually the next step. Get some kind of freebie from us, get a video from us, get a training from us, get a little taste of our work, get a free sample, get some way that we can contact them again. And then we're going to move them into what's usually called a nurture sequence, where we're sending some emails. We're helping this person get to know us a little bit. We're moving from there into asking for the sale or inviting them into something, sometimes something free, something low ticket, inviting them to come to an event, try to get them more involved in our world so that when we ask for a sale, they already know who we are. So sometimes, right on that same idea of I go to someone's Instagram, there's not an easy way for me to get onto their email list. There's not a clear free offer or sample. If you just heard a crash, there's cats. I guess they just woke up from their nap. There's not a free offer, a sample, a call to action about get on my email list and here's what you're going to get out of that. So that's what we're looking for, is we want a clear, easy way for people to go from a stranger to getting to know us a little bit better so that we can ask them for the sale, so that we can invite them into something. And then the final one, number 5, is that your messaging isn't clear. So our messaging is kind of a combination of who we are, what we do, and our clear energy, but it also gets into what exactly is it that we help people with, and how do we do it in a way that's unique? What's our approach? What's our vibe? What's our thought process around this issue that they've never thought about before? Because let's be honest, there are tons of people who all do the same thing. There are lots of different coaches out there in the world, and everyone kind of has their own way that they approach things. So we want to say, here's the way that I do it. Here's the approach that I bring to things that makes me stand out, that makes me different, and that is why you should pay attention to me. Here's what I understand about you that's different than maybe even what you understand about you. And when we are really clear with people about what exactly it is that we offer and why we are the best person for them to work with to solve the problem that they want to solve, things really change. So those are my top 5 reasons that I've seen from all of the clients who come to me and work with me about why we're failing to attract clients. Not being clear enough about who you are or what you do, coming with wishy-washy energy, not directly asking for the sale, you don't have a good funnel, or your messaging isn't clear, or it could be all five, in which case we have work to do. If you want help with any of these things, I would love to work with you. There's a few different ways that we can do that. We can work together in my group coaching program and my membership, the Elemental Entrepreneurship Coven, all the way up into working with each other one-on-one. I'm going to go ahead and put in the links in the box below a link to a free 20-minute business audit. So if you're not sure why you're failing to attract clients, you're not sure which one of these things is going on for you, you can just sign up for a free 20-minute business audit. It's going to invite you to book a call with me. It's on Zoom. I will be there. It won't be a team member. It'll be you and me. And it's going to take you through a form that's a little bit long where I'm going to ask you a lot of questions about your business and what's going on. I'm going to look at your website, your socials, everything that you provide me with. And then we're going to get on a call for 20 minutes and I'm going to break down for you exactly what I see that's going on in your business from the outside. I'm going to give you real, actionable feedback. It is not a sales call. It is a genuine business audit. And if at the end of that, we feel like there's stuff I can help you with and you want more information about that, we'll set up a separate time where I can break down what those packages are and what you might like to do moving forward. But the 20-minute business audit is absolutely free. There's no commitment. You can just have it. So if this kind of sparked some ideas for you, just go ahead and sign up for that audit and we'll get on a call and we'll look at it together. Everybody else, thank you for being here. Okay, love you. Bye.